Hey everyone, Jim Phoenix here, and boy, we are glad to have 59, my God, 59th episode of Queer Horror, something like that, with a bunch of queer shows, including Warlock, the 1989 movie with Julian Sands as his soul, and Embryo, which I guess might not be gay, but it's got Rock Hudson, rest his soul. Oh boy, I know where this is going. And Rocky Horror Picture Show with Tim Curry, God rest. Whoa, not yet.
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope. Bite your tongue.
Allah. I haven't bite my tongue. I don't know. All this and more in the next Streamin Demons. With my musics.
Hit it.
Hit it. Punch it. That's my favorite part of the whole podcast. I just put this on loop.
Do you just want to just sing the whole podcast? Do you just want to do that? Put it on repeat and we can do that?
Maybe. But we could. The whole
Box
thing.
to it, yeah.
And I'll just like spam it out there. I'll actually like pay some advertisement just to do that. Like that's our whole podcast. It's fucking Yoko Ono style, man. Let's do this shit. Oh, hey, we're back. Hey, everyone. So, hey, queer pride. Boy, I'm just like getting...
You're going right out for it, aren't you, bud?
Just getting my money's worth saying queer this time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm meant to say Pride Month. It's not Queer Month. It's Pride Month, right?
I mean, the queers can celebrate it, but also, and I say this, boy,
the queers can celebrate this.
Yeah, they can. And everybody can. I identify as queer. I'm just saying that right now.
I identify as no, actually, I don't think I do. No, ally. Is that a thing? I'm looking at my badges. That is a thing. Hell yes.
There is a thing.
Hell yes.
Yep.
I was an ally before it was cool to do. What the fuck is that from?
Yeah, before Pride Month, our logo has been very gay for a very long time.
Yeah, it really has. There's even our rating system, but I had to fix it. The colors aren't quite popping out on the rating system, so I might have to put them back to the other colors. But we'll see. I
kind of like the old colors, to be honest. That's fine.
A little more pop, yeah.
Yeah, it pops out.
Yeah, damn it. It's easier to see like monochrome. That's basically why it's monochrome or like one particular color.
We have a website, everybody. If you want to go to our website.
It's hauntedmtl.com. Check us out.
We also have an Instagram. You can check us out there too.
Sure. Check us out. Check us out on Twitters or YouTubes and Gen Cons and Genghis Cons and Joel Bobses and
and you're listening to us through something, Apple or Spotify or something. You could also just drop us a line and just say, "Hey, what a great podcast."
That'd right.
Make my day.
It would be, or just buy something from our sponsors. It will make my bank account.
Yeah.
Which will then make Brannyk day, because that way I can pay the light bill.
Yeah, that would be great. It's very dark in here.
It is. Well, it's the cave. All right. So today is our last day, and this is actually going out tomorrow. So I think tomorrow really is the last day.
Yep.
In June. Okay. So this will go out tomorrow in June, the last day ever for Pride Month this year. Somehow the world lived through a Pride Month. Who knows? From the stuff I've been seeing online, I thought like all hell is going to melt down and people are going to blow up or some shit on both ends.
I mean, it's going to be fun, but fun.
Yeah.
It's like smiles. Everybody's smiling.
Everyone's smiling.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. How is doing make my keyboard?
Oh my God.
Right.
Mama's cookies.
Mama's cookies. I'm actually doing. I've started to do Star Wars, the Jedi Survivor, and I started playing it and recording myself because I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
The cutscenes are like 15 minutes of the first. We press start, it's a cutscene for 15 minutes.
Because you have to get into the story. You might not know what the Star Wars is all about.
Oh my God, I didn't because I went to a bathroom break. I'm like, how old is this fucking cutscene for? All right, but yeah, check us out on YouTube, stuff like that. Now, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, because I almost always mess this up. We're getting Warlock, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Brannyk. You're coming out first with Embryo. It's written right there. I can't pronounce it.
Like
Embryo.
The stuff in mommies when daddies love them very much.
I don't know. I was thinking about that today. It's so weird.
Okay, everybody sit down. We're going to talk about how babies are made.
I like to see how babies are made. Do we have that video on YouTube? No, we do not.
I have something that says that Ron Jeremy something. I don't think that's the right video, though.
I'll wait until he dies in jail.
Allegedly.
No, I think he's going to die in jail. Allegedly.
We have nothing to do with it, though.
Not as far as I know. No.
As far as I know, too.
It's one of those things where like, oh yeah, he probably did that shit.
So this is, like, if you're a new time listener, allegedly. This is usually not how, no, this is usually how this goes. But
5 minutes of like, what the hell my day was, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But, we talk about, I talk about a movie, he talks about a movie, we talk about a movie. It's all a good day.
We talk about movies.
Yeah,
Nous parlons avec movie.
Where is it? Where is it?
That still kicks you up. Okay, what's Embryo? What decade was Embryo in, by the way?
Say what?
Embryo, your movie, Embryo.
Yes, the Embryo, yes.
Dude, I said veteran. Damn it. God damn it.
You did say veteran. Embryo is from 1976, so it's all full of sweaty people, of course.
Not the oldest one we're doing today, by the way.
And it's a science fiction horror.
Oh, I like science fiction horrors.
Yeah.
Look, my Twitter feed. Not my Twitter feed. I just want to say Tinder. God damn it. Fuck my own joke up.
So it's starring Rock Hudson, Barbara Carrera.
Carrera. That was the name of my band in high school.
That makes sense. She was also in Island of Dr. Moreau, but not the cursed one. Not the
Brando
one. Yeah, not the Brando
Val Kilmer one. That was absolutely fucking cursed from the start.
So cursed. So incredibly
It was so
cursed.
sad. All that talent.
I know.
Fucking director. What an asshole.
Well, the second director, not the first. First one, he actually went back and put on makeup so he could be part of it still, just to see what a shit show it was. It's hilarious. God. There's a great documentary. Anyway, that's not what this is.
If you can't direct Brando, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, just say, do what you want and walk away. And he would have done like a fucking amazing performance, but you have to shit on him every time. Okay, sorry, I'm still pissed at that movie.
He wanted to be a dolphin. Like, really? Really?
Still pissed at anyway, okay, Embryo. This is how good Embryo is.
Diane Ladd. And then there's also a cameo appearance by Roddy McDowell, who is.
Oh, I love him. Pied Piper or Peter Piper? No, the Roddy Piper. I love him, dude. The guy from True
not that one,
Glasses.
No.
True Glasses. Oh, they live.
They live. True Glasses.
Oh, man,
you're killing it today. You're killing it.
I'm checking the camera to see if I'm a stroke. I'm like, wow, I'm straight.
No, he was from Planet of the Apes. He was also in Cleopatra. He was in That Darn Cat.
The original Cleopatra.
Yes.
Fuck that thing is on Netflix.
Taylor, yeah.
Broomstick came back.
He has an amazing scene where it's like 5 minutes of intense chess playing.
Ooh. Like chess or like chess?
Chess, like pawns and queens, and it's very intense, and he has a really great scene with that. So anyway, it basically is like the consequences of growing a human embryo with weird growth hormones and stuff.
Okay.
Wikipedia tells me that this film is in public domain. Have at it, everyone, if you want.
That reminds me, I've actually thought about putting some public domain movies on our YouTube channel.
Oh, well, Embryo is one that you could put on.
That was one we could put on. You're right. We could put this on.
So, Rock Hudson is this geneticist who's been living alone after his wife died.
Poor guy. He finally found the woman of his life. And she dies. A poor fucking guy, Rock Hudson. That's why he never marries again.
I just... I shipped Rock Hudson with Tony Perkins. I really, I supposedly, according to Tony Perkins, biography, they dated for a while.
And that's the
Allegedly.
weird. Okay, that's a weird thing because you have two, not even relatively good looking. They're good looking individuals.
They're hot.
Who could not come out because Hollywood's like, we won't let you come out.
Yeah.
So they had to live closeted lives to have a job, and like Hudson pays a price for it, and then Perkins.
So does Roddy McDowell. Like he had to stay in the closet.
Gay?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I hope everyone else knew that. Hope they're like, and he's gay too.
Well, I mean, he never came out. But he was in a relationship with another actor.
Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly with Montgomery Clift for a few years, and it was just, it's sad. It's really sad, but a screenwriter.
This movie Embryo.
Okay, so yeah. Anyway, Embryo. So it's all about.
Yes.
So he runs over a dog.
Okay, as one does.
Is a weird thing because it's like a not save the cat moment. You're
do they show the dog?
Oh yeah, the dog is very prominent. It's honestly
I love looking at it.
I do.
Fucking hell, you can't love looking at dead dogs.
Okay, not the dog. So so he saves the dog Embryo. He saves one of them by this growth thing. So you get to see all these cute puppy moments. Anyway, this dog is really smart and amazing in the movie, and also like as a dog actor, it does such great work. Honestly, this dog, I could not.
God, I miss Artie Lang.
Stop looking at it. It's a beautiful Doberman. She's beautiful. I loved looking at it.
I love looking at it.
So anyway, so then he realizes, oh wow, I can actually save lives, and immediately goes to try to save human lives without
that's a good fucking jump.
It's a huge jump. Yep. He turns mad scientist very quickly.
Fuck it, why not?
So he actually finds
he finds Baby Yoda. He tries to clone Baby Yoda, motherfucker. I knew it.
So he finds
Grandma's cookies.
You were just throwing everything at me, Jim.
And he tries to clone Grandma's cookies. I think that's unclonable.
So he has an unborn baby from this woman who had committed suicide. The baby's gonna die. Stop.
Dude,
listen to me.
That's not me, dude.
Anyway,
someone loves looking at
he gives the baby these growth hormones, but then the growth hormones are like going crazy. So anyway, she turns out to be a woman. Okay? So she turns out to be like this 25-year-old, but she's only like 4.5 weeks old.
So
he fucks her.
Okay.
But that's all I'm gonna say.
I love looking at it.
Uh-huh. So wait. It's the person who goes backwards. It's not Mitt Romney. What was the shit?
Roddy McDowell?
No, not that one. No. What's
Rock
the one
Hudson?
that Benjamin Button.
Oh yeah.
So it's Benjamin Button. He's born old, but then goes backwards, or just kind of like
No.
with that mentality of a baby.
It's like born, but like growing up fast, like growing up so fast. Like she grows up as a woman, like in 4.5 weeks. He teaches her speech. She's so smart. The dog is so smart. They're both so smart. Her and the dog are best friends, and then spooky stuff starts to happen. You know.
So it's a girl and a dog and a peanut butter jar. What was the last
one? Rock Hudson.
I'm Rock Hudson. Okay.
And Rock Hudson becomes pretty infatuated with her, and she beats Roddy McDowell in chess.
Oh, well, that's a horror story.
It is.
Okay. So I'm guessing this is all CGI, right?
All of it, 100% in the 70s, absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, you get to see a computer, and it's like pretty much takes up the room. Yes.
Takes up the room.
Because it's a 70s computer. It's like huge.
Yeah, they didn't shave back then.
They did not.
Like right around the 90s, that's when they started fucking shaving. and it takes up less room that way.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't poke. Now, is that really weird? That was okay. If you were in a bathing suit back in the 70s, wouldn't that bush just kind of like go around the bathing suit? Did you have to trim a bikini line, you think?
So I find this funny that you're asking this question during a sponsored episode.
Oh yeah, they're all good. But no, really. I mean, I'm not saying you particularly, but I'm saying, do you think
I was not alive in the 70s.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think that people like shave, men and women shaved around bikini lines?
You know what?
Is that a thing?
I think they just let it all hang out, man. Like, I mean, have you seen like Giallo? Like, there's hair
try not to.
everywhere. There's
I
hair
fucking try not to.
everywhere.
I've not seen the Giallo I liked.
There's hair on hair on hair.
Even
Like,
with
there's a
lines.
hair string connected to another hair string. Like, it's just hair on hair.
Hair split.
Mhm.
Okay, just wondering. And by the way, if you like to wonder out loud as well, and you want an audience to wander out loud with, we used to be on Zoom and it sounded like two tin cans with like a frying pan. But now that we moved to Zencaster, Zencastr.com, it's been so much better. And then the coolest thing is we have all of our sound boxes right up here, like
I love looking at
and
it.
the and even the
Who cares?
And of course,
Baby Yoda.
And who loves Baby Yoda? But
Grandma's cookies.
That's right, Mick McGee. It's so easy to do. It's an all-in-one solution. I absolutely love it. Zencaster, Zencastr.com. They are a godsend. In fact, because we love you guys so much, go to Zencaster.com/pricing and use my code HAUNTED100, capital H if you want to, AUNTED 100, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster Played plan. I want you to have the same easy experiences I do with all my podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. Zencaster it out. Yeah. Sincerely, go try it out. But
can I talk now?
We were having conversation. We're just having a conversation, Box. What do you think that was? A played advertisement?
I don't know.
Was something?
That was something.
Right after talking about shaving bushes and stuff? Why would I?
And you could talk about it too with your friends at Zencaster.com /haunted 100.
No. 17.
Oh, okay.
That's not the website. But we're also going to give you the link. You can just click on the link if you can't remember, coupon codes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the cool thing is that coupon code, actually the name of our website. It wasn't like Screamin Demons.
Just because I forgot what we were called for like a whole week.
Demons.
Streamin'
Coupon code Demons.
Semen Demons.
Semen Demons. I still want to do that show.
That's gonna be like all like, what is it, Burning Angel?
I should cut that show and put that show.
The show that we've talked about for the last like 3 years.
Skin it to Screamin' Demons. Yeah. Dude, there's a fucking Dr. Zen podcast out now. That's not the Dr. Zen.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. But that's one that my mom can't listen to. You'll have to just put on it. Brannyk's mom, don't listen to this
Brannyk's mom, don't listen to this one. That'll be the entire episode. That's the title. Like, fuck it. Okay, so Embryo. It's horror, and then the things get weird.
It's sci-fi horror, yeah. I mean, it's not as horror as I had wanted it to be honest.
No horrors ever are.
The horrors are actually there is a
there
scene.
Are some.
I mean, now that we mention
there's
actually a very sad scene if you think about it, but I'm not going to go too far into it because it's spoiler.
Dude, that's my Tinder profile. That's a very sad scene if you think about it or not.
But you can't spoil it either. You can't, Tinder, you just gotta like you get what you get.
And people are like, this asshole keeps talking about Tinder. Like, no, I actually don't use Tinder, so it's not like.
Yeah, you use Bumble.
Fuckers ban me.
We should.
Fuckers ban me from Bumble.
Oh, oops. Well, I don't use that either.
Honestly, God, I don't even know why.
So the music is actually pretty good.
It is not. Oh, it is.
The effects are creepy enough because I don't like embryos. Sorry, I know, hot take. They look really
What?
weird and gross. Like when you see like those 3D pictures of like the babies inside, like that's creepy to me. No offense to embryos, I'm sorry. If you're
None.
angry at me, embryos, come at me. I'm on Instagram. But the acting is 70s horror, it's either 0 to 100, which is great. Roddy McDowell is great. I loved him.
Yeah. I loved him in Clockwork Orange. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Ewan McGregor.
Not
Or was it Samuel Jackson? I get those guys confused all the time.
One of them. All of them, maybe. Maybe all of them. They probably tag teamed it.
Hey, that's what Black Hudson was for. Ooh, fuck.
Allegedly.
I just realized what I said out loud. It's okay.
Yeah.
I was doing wrestling.
Where's my kazoo? Where's my kazoo?
See, if you want funny blowing trumpet sound effect, you too can use this.
You can do it on Zencaster.
So
at the end of the day, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 Cthulhu.
2 out of 5. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was just. I thought it was gonna be a lot more like Megan, like murder, like she learns things. And it's funny because there was one scene that she's like, what is good and what is bad? And he's like, we'll talk about that later. And it's like,
sit in my lap, little girl.
Excuse me, sir? Like, you're very questionable anyway, as it is. Maybe you should teach her the moralness of right and wrong first before you set her out into the world.
Didn't you said this was something before we started taping? It was Megan for what? If they fucked Megan?
Well, I'm just like, it's kind of like the same thing in Megan. It's like they create this. Well, he creates this like woman. She's learning, so he has to teach her everything. He has to teach her how to, talk, how to think, how to this, how to that.
Like a woman.
Like a woman, like an AI, if you will.
Oh,
and and then he fucks her.
Like Weird Science.
And
that's how Weird Science should have fucking ended, by the way.
And it's really sweaty and gross. It's really sweaty. It's 70s, it's that kind of a thing where it's like, ooh, I can see you just sweating. And
I can't. A lot of times we can't think of what's going to be very shitty in the next like 10 years when people look back. Like, in the 80s, we had some stuff. We didn't quite see it until the 90s. And the 90s had stuff you can't see it. 2020, or was it 2020? Yeah. 2020s, the whole Republican Party. I'm pretty sure right now, I'm calling it, the whole bullshit right there. I think it's going to be just shit. And people are going to know that now, but they're going to know it more in 10 years. If there's a 10 years left. Who knows?
Wow, you just went really dark, my friend.
But I think that's true. I mean, I'm thinking of all the things that we kind of like. You're saying of first 70s, this. I'm like, yeah, I know. And like the 80s, the John Hughes were basically all fucking like date rape flicks. And then like, oh, okay. And then the 90s.
It is really awkward when you look at like a lot of the
homophobia rampant. Right. Honestly, okay. This because
and it's weird. Like, it's weird because, again, like on the poster, it says to woman in just 4.5 weeks. And there is a lot of weird consents, like Woody Allen-esque, allegedly kind of thing of just like, she's kind of your daughter, dude. Like, you raised her.
In just 7 days, I can make you a man.
Meh. Heh, heh, heh.
Fucking goes into our combined movie. Yes, it's kind of weird. We'll take with a trip.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's like the same thing with our shared movie.
Child's fucking mentality in a grown-up body. It's all we ever wanted, apparently, since like fucking the 70s.
Exactly, and that
was 76 for
70s.
Embryo.
Yeah.
Record Picture Show 75. So yeah.
Yeah. It's a theme, my friend. It's not a theme that I'm proud of. But it's a theme.
It is a theme. And with that, I can follow this. I'm going to follow this with Julian Sands because his death was announced officially, I think 2 days ago. And I was like, man, when I grew up, I remember watching Warlock, 1989.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching Warlock 2, and I got him confused because I'm old now. And I'm like, my God, but Warlock was just a solid little fucking chase him after movie. It could have ended after one. It had Laurie Singer. They fucking first started out. Richard E. Grant one is in it. Of course, Julian Sands, as we actually get to see Julian Sands. And this is when you could actually root for the fucking bad guy because he was so fucking good looking. It was so cool, so suave. They're like, oh my Christ, I hope he actually kind of wins. Like, I hope this fucking Warlock kills them all. Fuck those.
Yeah.
Like, I think the bad guys are the Amish at this point. Now, it does have that one Amish dad in it, and it was actually pretty cool. Like, the Amish granddad was pretty cool. Everyone else is kind of a douche. But it is a movie that you can watch again and again and again. It does not get lower in value. In fact, because it comes out in 89, they're still experimenting, not so much with CGI. They're experimenting with what they can do artificially. And part of the film manipulations they do for the whirlwind and like with the Warlock's magic, it's scary to me because it looks supernatural. Where I think a lot of the people who are making movies now think they have to make it look realistic. I'm like, no, I've seen a fucking storm before. What I haven't seen is what the fuck that is. It's the super swirly, sparkly. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I haven't seen that, so it puts me off my center. And like, that's going to be horror then. That's what horror should do. It should vibrate and push you off. Now, would I have watched Warlock if this was not Julian Sands' death? No. I thought about it a couple times. He was missing. I didn't really want to rediscover that much. But because it starts off with a gay character, I think. I don't know. I fell asleep in the first part of the movie. Because somewhere, once Julian Sands gets to modern day, has a gay character in it, I thought, fuck, I can fit this into our Pride movie.
You'll shoehorn it in. You'll get it.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. So it works. I don't even remember the fucking movie I had lined up in case this one was not going to be Pride. But it works so well. And you remember of just the style of everything in the 80s and stuff like that. It was starting to change over at this time. 89 is, I believe it or not, the 90s come. Hair bands were still coming up big. It's not quite Nirvana yet, but we're seeing a lot of black. It's not quite goth, but I think it might give birth to goth. This is what kind of goes the whole, I know Johnny Cash, obviously Man in Black, but it gives it more of a cool credence. It gives more of a satanic vibe where Satanism can be cool at some point, even though it's some kind of misunderstood bullshit thing and it makes fun of a lot of mysticisms today. But it is something that does move forward. It has nice timing for the most part. It becomes an adventure film for the most part. It becomes a buddy comedy in parts. It is a truthful romance without the overall, there's no parts you have to hide people's eyes, except for I think you see his dick. Okay. I think about Warlock 2. Either Warlock 1 or Warlock 2, you see his Julian Sands, all of them.
I think that was mentioned before in
There's two
one of the
fucking minutes.
Bloody Mary things that we did.
Oh, yeah. But I'll bring that back. Bloody Mary. Say that 5 times real fast.
No. Preferably around a mirror.
Yeah, well. So you've seen Warlock though, right?
I've only seen pieces of it. I have not seen the full movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why just pieces? I'm just wondering. How would you get pieces?
Oh, like when you see like things like, oh, scariest movies, or best scenes of this, So I've only seen like bits and pieces like that. Where it's like compilation type thing. So I've actually never seen the full movie.
It's on Tubi.
Well,
no excuses.
I know, no excuses.
It's like
Tubi's
an
my
hour and a
god.
half, I
It
think.
tells
I
me
think
what
it's
to
an
do
hour and a half.
to watch, and I watch it.
You must watch this now.
I
And
mean, there's been times where it's like, this is what you should watch, and I'm like, okay, you're the boss, man.
yeah, it's billed as a fantasy film, but you know, if it's about the devil,
Yeah, it's
I
about the
think
devil.
that's
That's yeah.
I think it's okay to say it's a horror film too. It's like, yeah, it's like it's a fantasy film, but they eat little kids' skin and rip people's eyes out and shit like that. I'm like, well, fantasy films back then, and that was a misnomer. Sword and
That's true.
Sorcerer was a fantasy film that had like blood, guts, and ass all over.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
in a very sexy way. I was like very direct. But here we go.
Just like when I was looking at Embryo, it was like rated PG, and I'm like, yeah, that would be changed in today's time. That would not be PG.
Yeah. No, this is a straight R even back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were straight fucking R. Just most refer to swearing and all the blood, guts, and ass. Okay, for this, if I'm not saying I'm gonna rate this different because Julian Sands is dead. No. This is just pure fucking rewatchability in 2023. If you haven't watched it the first time, you should. It's fucking free. I'm gonna give this a fucking 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, wow. I really need to watch it.
It's decent, it's solid, it moves, the writing's not cringe, and Julian Sands. Okay. If you had Julian Sands and Doug Bradley. No, not Doug Bradley. Fuck my name, man. Not Doug Bradley. Who's the dude that plays like the
Roddy
dude?
McDowell.
No, not Ryan McDowell. Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh,
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. Fuck my names today. If
Yeah,
you
he's such
had
a
Julian
nice guy
Sands and
too.
Doug Jones, that's the thing. They're both fucking well. One's dead, but they were both nice
R.I.P.
guys. One's still a nice
R.I.P.
guy. If you had him and like Doug Jones, and what's a really good like charismatic? I don't mean like obviously some people like Kane out or like we get it, but we want to like fucking just Brad Pitt it. Brad Pitt in Vampire Interview with a Vampire, I think.
But
It's the Chris.
not Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, that
Not that.
who wasn't in that one?
Oh, you're right. He
That was
wasn't in it.
Val.
That was Val. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But Val Kilmer would be a good one for like I think he was an Identity.
Yeah.
You know, the very fucking you can play evil and go like, God, I know he's evil, but I'm still rooting for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why I give it 4.5. And the side effects, the special effects, I the side effects of
We're having a great time.
The special effects are really creepy because they had to do it with the tech. You know, they were locked into some certain tech, and it wasn't like CGI all the time. It was really being creative, and they fucking get creative with that shit. And mix
That's
the project was
amazing.
nice. Yeah. So 4.5. That leads us to the Rocky Horror Picture Show 2016. It's a straight square couple are seeking shelter from a storm, find themselves in a castle with a transgendered alien mad scientist intent on creating a buff bodybuilder.
Wait, you watched the 2016 one?
Starring Ivy Levine as the usherette, Victoria Justice as Janet Weiss. Wait, there's a Tim Curry is a criminologist. See, Tim Curry. He said something with Tim Curry.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're not wrong.
No, I didn't watch that fucking thing.
Okay, I was gonna be like, okay,
it's one of those things like, okay, there's certain movies, if they remade Star Wars, like, what the fuck are we doing? They remade Jaws, like, Cruel Jaws already exists. That's fucking redundant. But you remake Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, really? What? We just had to be updated? It doesn't. And
like
I didn't
I like
understand
Laverne
it.
Cox. I do. Don't get me wrong. She's great. But nothing like the original. You know, the original is the original. Like, I think what makes it work is that it was such a weird movie for that era and for that time.
For that era? I'm saying
Mhm.
any motherfucking era, just done.
That's true. That's very
Done.
true, but especially in that time because
Especially 75, yeah.
Yeah, especially because, we have the every people, every man and every woman, and Janet and Brad, that was what typical Americana was, and then everything is turned on its head. Everything. Everything you thought was up is down,
Yeah.
everything you thought was left is right, everything is just completely shattered.
And most things were just a step to the left and a jump to the right.
Mhm, mhm.
Jump to the
You
left, step
put
to the
your
right. Fuck,
hands
see? See, you didn't even know. I was doing this as a fucking secret. And I was like, I'm going to chip Brannyk up and say some bullshit, and I'm going to wrong, and they're going to get wrong too. I knew it.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna put my hands on my hips now, though, and tuck my knees in tight.
What's the pelvic thrust? That gets us sued if we go any further.
Mhm. So let's
No.
not do anything else again.
Warp factor time. No. But, okay. I'm going to admit, I saw this when I was a teenager
Okay.
because I was going through all their horror rentals in the local video store. Just every fucking horror rental I could find. And it's one of the last ones I saw. I'm like, well, they got the covers like the whole lips thing, and they're like Frankenfurter. I'm like, well, what the fuck's this shit? I'm like, I'll rent it. And I put it in, like, it's gonna be like Frankenstein or Dracula or what the fuck is this? It's a musical?
Mhm.
They didn't even say it was a musical on the box. That's how bad it was. Like, fuck it. Let them think it's a real horror show. I couldn't watch it all the way through the first time.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
that's surprising.
said, fuck this shit. I think I turned it off in the first 10 minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you were just like, absolutely not. This is not my scene. This is
This is
not
not my no. I grew up in a small
interesting.
fucking place, dude. Yeah, that was not it. But I had it for a
Fascinating.
fucking couple days, so there's nothing else to do, so I fucking tried watching it again. Couldn't get through it. So you watched it through the first time?
Okay, so my experience is very different from yours. Um, I am younger, and
Okay.
so brag. Um, so what would happen is it would always play on Halloween. And so I would go out trick or treating and I would come back and me and my parents would watch because my dad used to be a projectionist, so he used to play
Mhm.
Rocky Horror. So we would watch it on the TV until a certain point. And then my parents would turn it off and be like, okay, the movie's done now. Time to go to bed. I did not realize years later, no, the movie's not done. They just turned it off because they didn't want me to see the orgy scene. They didn't want me to see,
There's an
like
orgy scene?
Yeah, when they're in the pool.
Brad, Janet. Oh, the
So,
pool scene.
the pool scene,
They let
which
you
is
see the fucking, like, the blowjob scenes?
okay, so I did
Not the
not
pool scene, that gets too far. The blowjob is
honestly,
fine.
this is I didn't say my parents made sense. So this is actually between this and I shit you not, Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, these were the first times that I had experience to queer things happening.
You might
And
wanna qualify that Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd thing. I know, like, Bugs dressed as a woman
allegedly.
for Kill the Rabbit,
Yeah, mhm, and
the
he would kiss
Valkyrie
him, and
by
he
the
would kiss him.
biker when they kiss, yeah.
But
But
ag
you
but
saw that
ag
was queer?
as a child, yes.
How? As a child? You saw
Because
that queer as a child?
yes. As a
Oh, wow.
child, I saw that as a queer child, I saw that as queer, like, "Oh, they're kissing each other," and,
That's
"Oh, Elmer's not mad that it's because Bugs is a boy, he's just mad because he got bested," you know? I'm like,
that's so weird.
yeah, that's how I saw it.
No, I'm not calling
But
you weird. I'm calling this experience. Okay.
yeah.
I didn't see it now. I'm like, what the fuck do you that's why I'm messing with. What the fuck do you mean they're queer? I thought that was just I see things like that as just that's
Well,
the
yeah,
joke.
absolutely, and most
That's
people
just the
do,
punch.
but I think because I was on the queer side, I'm like, "Oh."
So your experience was okay. That's so cool. Hey, that's so cool. That is fucking cool, man. That is cool. And because this allows me to, like I'm saying, there are things that we'll talk about. I'm like, what the fuck you on about? Because we have different lived experiences.
Yeah.
If you go out with, if anyone goes out with me to places, I'm like, okay, we should probably get going because something like, what do you mean? Like, well, my experience is this can go pretty bloody, but we're in Canada, that stuff doesn't happen. Like, oh, well, fuck off. I'd rather be safe. And they look at me really weird. And when I'm hearing this, I'm like, fuck, that's your lived experience because you didn't have other queer, I'm not saying like Bugs Bunny's your queer icon.
Absolutely not. Like, it's not like today. Like, everything was like, you didn't have a manual. Everything was very hush hush. Like, and it usually was like, you were gay or you were straight, and that's like it.
There's a manual
like,
now, by the way, and we sell it on our website. Discount code HAUNTED100.
I'm
How to
just
be
saying,
gay.
there are many books now about being queer and supporting, your queer child and this and that just
some right now
weren't there when I was growing up. Like, you didn't get anything like that. You didn't have that kind of support because it just didn't exist. But so especially when Brad and Dr. Frankenfurter
no, fuck off. Bugs Bunny. Let's go back to Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
We'll get to the movie in a second. Now I'm fascinated on this. My brain.
Okay.
So Bugs Bunny. What other things that I would miss because I was like, whatever. Do you think like Motley Crue was gay because they wear makeup?
No.
Was that gay because I accidentally jerked off to Sebastian Bach? I thought he was a woman.
No.
it was last year. I don't know. But
well, you need to educate yourself.
So, but you can't be gay by accident then. Because I just when Skid Row did the whole video, when videos first came out, I thought he was a woman in a leather jacket, like not showing anything. I was like, what the fuck, is fucking hot? And I'm like, oh fuck, that's a dude. I'm like, why is there lead singer a guy? That's weird.
Well, if you still felt attraction afterwards, knowing
I just think I think that move to he's hot to that girl's hot, but turns out the guy that person's hot to I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, then I think that's more straight.
Okay, so
straight.
So it's not like that.
If you were still like, you know what,
I'm still jerking off to Sebastian Bach.
He's still hot. I'm still gonna do it. Then I would say you were probably like that was a pan or a bi moment. But I think if you're like, you know what, nah, then I think that's a straight moment.
So no, I'm trying to think what other like cartoons or shows that are like queer coded.
It's I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just telling you what my lived experiences are.
I know, but okay, Bugs Bunny was one of them. What's another one?
I don't, because there weren't very many of them, so it was. I can't do it off the top of my head, but I just remember because Elmer, Fudd, and Bugs Bunny would both dress as women sometimes, because at the end of like the Kill the Rabbit and stuff, there is like Bugs gives them the flowers and the ring, and then Elmer puts on the dress, and then they're gonna go get married, and it's like, oh, okay, like that connects in my brain, like that makes sense to me. And actually in the I think they kind of not allude to that, but they do get a lot of like gender ambiguity with the new
switching show. Okay, so
I think they nod to that, but yes, I understand like it's a joke, but at the time when you're a child, it's like, oh no, that makes sense. Like they like each other. They just get on each other's nerves.
Now, okay, what about things like He-Man, where they're kind of like naked and obviously fucking like looking back like they're gay, like 100%. They've got the leather thing going on. They're just the straw strapless in their underwear. Like apparently, She-Ra is a fucking gay icon now, and
Lionel
and Tiger. And
with She-Ra, the new She-Ra, she's actually with another woman. So yeah, she's
okay. So they actually made her. Okay.
Her love interest is a female. I haven't seen it, but this is what I know.
Okay, this is so Okay, so we're
And
doing
He-Man,
things.
to be honest, I was never really like. I wasn't not encouraged, but it didn't interest me as much as like the Ninja Turtles or
Okay.
the Smurfs or things like that.
Oh,
Like,
okay, I was asked about the Smurfs. The Smurfs, I think Smurfette used to be a dude.
but you didn't realize that in the TV show. They never
But
talked about.
Gargamel like makes her out of like a fucking potion, and then all the
I
other.
think I
Wait,
don't
no,
think she
no,
was a
no.
male. I
Smurfette
think
was made. Yeah, no, you're right.
yeah,
They were made. Yeah,
she was just made by Gargamel,
Gargamel, and everyone else was like a dude living in a bunch of dudes who were like topless,
which
walking around in like tidy whities.
yeah, they were.
And Brady had the fucking. I'm sorry, if you know what group in the '60s, that heart tattoo. I don't think that's the most masculine thing to do. The mom tattoo, but
I don't know.
not
That was
Brady.
kind of the tough. Yeah, you were thinking of the tough one.
The Tuffy Smurf,
Yes,
BBMF Smurf,
Tuffy Smurf. That
Tuffy Smurf.
is the correct term.
Shit,
Yes.
so all those like gender bender cartoons too, where they kind of like switch power or switch like, oh, I'm trapped in blah 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 spirit. It's trapped in me. Oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
I just watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds with Ethan Peck and Anson. And there's a part where Spock, and this happens in episode or season 1 early on, where Spock's girlfriend and him switch like souls.
Mhm.
And right there, that would be.
Well, like just talking about Star Trek, I mean, like that's a huge one too, because that's where Slash came from.
Oh,
That's
yes.
where
Spock Slash. Yeah.
Yeah, Spock and Kirk. You know, like.
And then we have Hulu. Fuck me. Sulu or Hulu.
Sulu.
I like to call him
Yep.
Hulu.
He's everybody's gay uncle. He's great.
Harry Potter did it as well because they had to do that whole crossy over thing, and then like they did the whole multiple Harrys, that one thing, and like, don't look at me, I'm disgusting, and Radcliffe was wearing a bunch of drag.
I didn't watch. I didn't read a lot of Harry Potter.
I
know.
All right, so now we're getting off track, but I'm sorry. But thanks for. Oh man, I'm gonna think
No
about shit. I'm gonna
problem.
think in the middle of the night.
But yeah, especially during that time, there really wasn't like, oh, this is how it's like to be. Like there wasn't Steven Universe, there wasn't She-Ra, there wasn't like Voltron, there wasn't like these shows that are like, oh, these characters are also queer. It's okay, it's cool. Like, so I remember the first time, like that was one of the first times that, yes, like Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd kissed, but it's like, okay, that was like something. Rocky Horror was actually the first time that I'm like, oh, people can do sexual things as the same sex. That was the first time for me to
They can do
realize
sexual
that.
things as the same sex, which maybe. And here's the thing: when I said I turned it off early, I don't think I even got to Frank. I don't think I got like Tim Curry coming down the fucking escalator or elevator. I didn't get that far. I was
Oh,
like,
that's so iconic.
I got as far as them running out of gas or the car breaking down. I was like, fuck this singing bullshit. I was like,
to be
fuck.
fair, if you're not expecting it, like I get that 100%
Yeah.
because you honestly like the second Rocky Horror, like the shock treatment.
Yeah.
What is it? Like that
Fun.
one never really
Therapy.
grew on me as much as like Rocky
It
Horror.
missed a lot of people too. I think it missed
Yeah,
a lot of people.
and but there are some catchy songs in it, but it's just like I don't know. The first one, it shocks you so much, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's like it's supposed to be shocking. It's supposed to make you question these things. It did make me question those things.
I guess. The only thing I was questioning, why the fuck pay $2 to rent a goddamn movie like that?
But I want you to also tell our listeners too, like you have a tattoo, right?
I got several fucking tattoos.
But of.
Well, there's a St. Mike over here. There's a fucking Snoopy over there. Oh, well, another one. Yes. Okay. I'll tell you. So eventually, I'm like, again, small town, so there's nothing the fuck else to do. There's no cable TV. There's nothing. It's NBC or sometimes PBS. You can get it. It's like, fuck it, I'll watch it. I paid the money for it. I'm not gonna waste this fucking money. I'm like, and I see Tim Curry come down. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And like, and then like, okay, this is kind of the singing's getting on me. I mean, I'm warming up to it. I saw Susan Sarandon in a bra. I'm like, fuck, where's this movie been all my life?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she gets naked, right? I must have jerked off this fucking movie so many fucking. I thought I'd get Susan Sarandon pregnant just by looking at me. Like, fuck, man. You have no idea. You have no, especially. Oh my god.
She was a beautiful woman.
Yeah, and so
they're all beautiful.
My movie.
That's that's the thing for me as like, again, as a baby queer, like growing up. It's like, I don't know who I want to be, and I don't know who I want to be with. Like, because they all have their own energy to them.
You want to know
like Riff Raff.
The fucked up thing? You like Riff Raff? I didn't see anyone being gay in this movie.
Or even queer. Like, he builds him a man.
I know. For me, I was like, oh, Tim the Frankenfurter. Like, okay, he's obviously gay, but like where I'm from, no one gave a fuck. So I'm like, okay, so he's a gay guy building a guy for himself or some shit. It was like the least interesting part of the movie for me. Was him building a man, which is what happened in Embryo.
It was what happened in Embryo. And honestly, what I love about Rocky Horror is every time I watch it, and I have watched it many, many times, but every time I find a new appreciation for something else in it. I really do.
Really?
And yeah, absolutely. Because at first I hated Dr. Frankenfurter. I did not like him.
Die for our fucking sins.
It was, but within the last few years, I would say the last 10 years, I'm like, you know what? He's a very sympathetic character, actually. And
Rocket.
He's grown on me. Just like I didn't like Columbia at first. She's grown on me a lot. I did not realize what had happened with Eddie when I was a kid. So, like, just understanding what more had happened and that he had been a lover of Dr. Frankenfurter, too. They all were. They all were.
They all kind of bring it in. And I couldn't eat turkey for a while after that because I always think of turkey when I see Eddie and like, because, So you're like, this is the movie that told you can be whoever you want to be with?
This was the movie that told me, oh, there is something much deeper than just the Americana of the life that you are growing up in. There is something more to it. And I think that's a comforting message.
75. Holy shit. Same year Jaws came out, I think, yeah? Or thereabouts.
Yeah, I mean, the 70s had it. I mean, that's except for Embryo. But go on.
Fuck, you won't believe this.
What?
I know it's probably Bigfoot, but
it's gonna be Bigfoot.
They say Columbia.
No, it's gonna be Bigfoot.
Which I think that's just Columbia's name. It's just Columbia. They just say Columbia. I don't know. Maybe it's the fucking country of Columbia, not Nell Campbell. Says they're on the phone. Oh man, one time it's actually gonna be like Tara Reid, and we're gonna be so fucking rude. Which is why we'll just say, "Hey Columbia, thanks for calling in. You're on the air with Brannyk and Jim Phoenix for Screamin' Demons. I know my own show. What's up?"
Well, I heard you guys are talking about the experience in Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I just wanted...
just Brannyk, I think it's not Columbia. So, Columbia,
no, it's not,
you had a higher voice than before?
Smoking. Don't smoke, kids. This is eventually what happens. You think all that smoking and deep-throating at the orgy scene was fake? Ha! No! We did 12,000 takes, and I can't believe it.
Okay, dude. I had to hang up. I don't think that was real Columbia.
That's not Little Nell. No.
That's not even Big Nell. That's it. That's it. Bigfoot.
That's a Bigfoot. That's a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But
All
yes,
right, so you're saying I had to take those. One day it's going to be them.
That's fine. We have Meatloaf as Eddie. He's amazing. He's so
You won't
funny.
believe who's calling. No, kidding. He's dead.
No. Richard O'Brien is Riff Raff, who did all the songs. He did the show. Like, I mean, he was kind of the backbone of everything.
Is it
Tim Curry as Gorgeous? Oh my god.
Is it he or she now? Richard O'Brien.
Oh.
I don't know.
He,
because
according to Wikipedia. Yeah.
I know they did.
Oh, he identifies himself as the third gender,
but uses he, him.
him.
All good. 81 years old. Holy fuck.
I know. Which is going to lead into my plug at the end. But honestly, it's a fun film. It's a film that you can watch over and over and over and over. The songs are great. Just I've not actually been to midnight showing. One day I probably will.
One day you will.
I don't know who I'm going to dress up as. I don't know, because all of them are great.
You could dress up as me. It'd be awesome. Like, who the fuck's this person? It's Jim Biggs. Oh, okay. Well, who cares?
Okay, so when did you start liking it? When did you like it? Because you have a tattoo of one of the characters.
Oh, one of the characters. But first, I want to say this. You like it because of the songs? I'm reading this from storyhouse.com. On an interview with Richard O'Brien, they're like, what was your original inspiration beat from Rocky Horror Show? And his answer is, someone asked me to entertain the Christmas staff at the EMI film studios, so I wrote a song, science fiction double feature, to help some jokes performed to much laughter and applause. And they're like, fuck, we might as well have this out. He did a joke. He did the original song. It's like, fuck, I'm throwing this out. It's a goof. And it became super fucking popular, and so we had to do it's like the Jesus Christ Superstar thing. Like,
well, and the whole movie is the song is like, it's riffing on those old movies that were from the 30s to the 60s, like those old science fiction shows.
Yeah,
but gay.
Which I think was helped be a bit with the thing. I really love the water scene at the end. I think that had an impact on me as a kid growing up. And the Don't Dream It, Be It. Like, yeah, that's it. That's fucking it.
Yes, absolutely.
I think when CDs came out, I got the soundtrack in multiple languages.
I only got it in English.
Oh, the Spanish one's pretty cool.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Talk to me, yeah. But around then, I didn't watch it that much. But again, my age, you had the JCPenney's lingerie section. You had the Montgomery Ward's fucking bathing suit section. And I named all of your sources of porn growing up. So if you saw any type of skin.
There was like those magazines you found in the backwoods sometimes.
I fucking wish, but no, I didn't even find those until like later. I still have original. I have some of the older Playboys over there.
I see those from time to time.
For articles.
I see those from time to time. Yeah, no, the articles were great. They really were.
Fucking Steve Martin interviews and shit like that, and like fucking amazing articles.
They're not lying.
Also, Linda Blair naked, whatever.
Yeah,
but it was a source of freeze framing on Susan Sarandon half naked. I think that's why I'm like, I really like this one part. And because we didn't have DVDs, we had to either fast forward or watch the entire fucking thing into that part. And because it's a musical, the lyrics start sinking in. if as long as the music's not shit, eventually you're gonna start humming the fucking tunes. You're like, oh, I kind of like this song. You start liking it. You start buying it. That's how I got into it. And then one day I was tremendously high on life.
Allegedly.
Like completely trashed out after some fucking conference, and thought Frankenfurter died for a fucking, not to spoil the movie ending, Frankenfurter died for her fucking sins. He should be on the cross, not Jesus Christ. And the tattoo idea was born. I think Jesus probably died for his sins too, but so did Frankenfurter, goddamn.
He can take some of the credit.
Yeah. And that was it. I'm like, my God, can you fucking... Because everyone's... sinning. That's the thing. Everyone sins in this movie, and someone has to pay the price. And that one person, the only fucking person to pay a fucking price, besides obviously Eddie, is Frankenfurter. Everyone else gets away. Their lives change a bit, but they watch Bugs Bunny differently.
Their lives are shattered at that point. It's done. Like, you can never take back that innocence. Their innocence is lost.
Is it innocence or stupidity?
Innocence. I think it is
Brad
innocence.
is just dumb as fuck. I think like that's just like Brad is dumb, and Columbia is not.
Brad is goals, man. He's cool, but
who else is innocent? There's only like Brad and Jen are innocents. Everyone else is kind of tainted by the time they get there.
Nell was innocent too or Columbia was innocent because she was talking about like,
Eddie.
Basically, well, Eddie too, but then she was talking about Frankenfurter, and he took her by surprise.
Yeah, but that was like before we see them though.
Right. But still, it's still an innocent.
Characters.
It's showing you what is going on, what these aliens have done. They have they've broken the innocence of these humans, these mortals, with their music and their sex and their gender fluidity and their incest and
transsexual. I did not watch the new one at all because again, why the fuck would I?
Yeah.
Do they still have? If anyone knows, please write in. Let me know. Do they still have the same lyrics? Transsexual Transylvania.
Do. Oh, I think they do.
Because it's kind of weird.
It's an older term, yes, but that was the term of the time. But
term of the time. Shit, I've been using that all year.
Transsexual?
Gender fluidity. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, transsexual? No, what the hell? No, there are times we were talking about. There's times I'll slip into it, and you're like, "No, that's not the word." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" I don't know. It was probably in 75. The last time I looked at my words, and that was it. So, would you say, as someone who identifies as LGBTQ? Am I correct?
Your voice is going very high.
No, would this movie be offensive if it came out today?
I don't outrightly. That's a good question. I don't think so. I think there would be differences in the terminology.
Same. Nope. Has to be 100% same. Like, just fucking carbon copy this shit.
I don't know then. I think that there would be probably some people who would be upset, like TikTok tees, for having
Glad to be upset. That'd be the funniest fucking thing. Glad
for being because it's outdated terminology, but at the same time, I see what it's going for, and I see what it is. So I think the message would still be the same: is that that there is this subculture underneath the American norm, and that it's vibrant and it's there and it's going to exist whether you like it or not.
I like what the fuck you're talking about if I like it or not.
I mean,
I like this
you
show.
you in general.
Jesus Christ, man.
You in general. It's a general.
Me in general. General Armstrong? What the fuck about General Armstrong, man? He's Colonel Armstrong now. Ugh. You know, I think it'll piss off both sides. I think it's going to piss off LGBTQ community. I think there'll be some, as you said, because of the language. And I think it's going to piss off the not even like the non, but I think that there's an actual, if you have lived anywhere in the world for a while, there's an anti-LGBT community.
Yeah, there happens to be so, yeah, unfortunately.
I know, like, it's not even like the non, like, there's like no interest in it. It's like, no, they're fucking actively against people. I think it's going to piss off both.
One is running for president.
I don't even know which one it is at this point.
It's the one in Florida.
Oh shit! You know what? It's been such a long time. I forgot about him.
I haven't. I don't even
Yeah.
live there, and I haven't. But
I don't know, man.
yeah. Anyway, I think it definitely. I think it still pisses off, and it's funny because I think there are some people that like Rocky Horror but would not say that they do, or they like certain aspects of it, you know? But I think for the most part, I think this would be in the category if I was still homeschooled, they would be like, avoid that movie.
Yeah.
That's a bad movie. Like, you don't want to watch that movie.
Uh,
And of course,
and I
that would make
tried.
me just want to watch it more.
I think I've tried to take people to the midnight showings before, and unfortunately, the theaters kept moving times. I could never do it. But
Oh,
I think it's one of those things. If you are either full in or full out, there's no one that watches the movie and go, man, whatever. I mean, if you get through the movie, if you walk away from the movie, like I did
yeah.
for the first 12 fucking times, sure. But if you watch it from start to finish, no one's like, it's a 2. It's either like high or low,
Yeah. I
which
could see
comes to
that.
this. What are you rating it?
Oh, what am
What are
I
you gonna rate
rating
it?
it?
Yeah. What are you rating it?
Oh, I'm gonna rate it a 5.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. The
I think it's
music's
culture
great.
changing.
It's very culture changing. It's completely what we needed at the time.
What you need
What
now.
what we need now. The the makeup is incredible. The
The
songs are so much
choreography,
fun.
songs,
Everybody
even the
looks great.
story.
The
Absolutely.
story,
Everyone.
like I said, every time I watch it, I find a little bit more that I peel back, and it's been years. I've grown up on this movie, you know, and I'm still finding out things, and I'm still learning things about it and myself.
That's the cool. Okay. I'm glad you said that because I remember something I kind of blocked out. I tried for Halloween to dress as Frankenfurter before when
Mhm.
I was a teenager, like
Yeah.
16, 17. And where I'm from, that would be cross dressing because it's fishnets and like whatever. And that's very frowned upon.
It is. It's still frowned upon.
Yeah. I couldn't fit in. This is why I also found out that I was too big for fishnets.
Oh.
I was like, ah, damn it. One size fits all, huh? Well, they didn't see my fucking body then. But I was thinking, I didn't take that as like transgressional. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like non-heteronormative act to be dressing up like Frankenfurter. I was dressing up as might as well just be like Captain America.
Yeah, right,
You
no.
know,
You
it's not a
saw him as a
heterosexual act. You're
character.
just you saw him in character.
Yeah, you saw him as
So
a character and wanna
I
be a
think
character.
that's the difference between this movie and some of the I hate to drag it and beat a dead horse bros. Like the like you must see this movie because I'll be like, oh fuck, man, I still haven't seen it. I can't see it. You saw it, I know you saw it. You said you saw it, but
I mean,
I didn't
and
like the preview of it. I didn't like the fucking.
that's
Uh,
okay. I think it like I said before, I've seen shittier movies, and I've given my money away to stupider things, so I would
bros,
like
you've
it to
seen
go
shittier
back.
movies.
Yeah. Oh my god, at least I didn't fall asleep like Slender Man in the theater, like,
Oh
oi, oi,
fucking
oi. And
Slender
I
Man!
like Billy
Yeah.
King, but she's Billy King? I think that's her name. Anyway, it's just it's oof, you know, like, oof, man. But anyway,
But you would say that way. This is my point. You would say eventually, 'cause honest to God, I thought they were making fun of gay people in the uh
there were
fucking
some jokes that didn't land, yes.
yeah.
You're right.
So I thought it was Booze and Buddies. Which again, I grew up on watching Bruce and Buddy, so was that
Yeah.
like gay to you? Or was that just making fun of gay people? It was making fun of like Three's Company, making fun of gay people again. But at the same time, not. It's making fun of people who make fun of gay people, I think. I think that's what Three's Company was. Making fun of people who made fun of gay people. Bruce and Buddies, I think is the same thing. Poking the fucking American bear saying, well, irony of being
I don't
fucking
think
Russian.
it was about gays with bosom buddies. It was more about men
Being
versus
broke.
women.
It's being broke and
Well,
I'd live anywhere.
it,
Even
it
if they
was
pretend to be Tootsie and
it was more just like, well, honestly, there's
Gina
really
Davis.
some like it hot, which Anthony Perkins was asked
Yeah.
to do, and he said no because at the time, again, he was a closeted gay man and he did not want to be stereotyped as anything that could be.
Except for a serial killer.
Yeah,
At
unfortunately
least it wasn't
so.
a gay one. Just one that dressed in his mom's clothes. That would be gay. That's not gay.
Not as gay as dressing
in
in women's clothes. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, so
But-
it has a scene just like Victor Victoria where there's a scene where there's somebody who's fallen in love with the character that's dressing outside of their gender and saying that they're outside of they're different sex. And in some like it's very cute because the guy's like, you know, we would just never work together. It's not going to happen. And the guy's like, it's okay. We're going to be fine. He's like, as a woman, you know, no, I smoke all the time. Oh, that's okay. That's not a big deal. You know, like I'm not a natural blonde. Oh, you know, you could dye your hair. That's not a big deal. Like, and it just kept going and going. And basically, yeah, it's like, I got a dick. And he's like, well, nobody's perfect.
Hey,
and like,
we all have our flaws.
like, but it's so rare to see that kind of a thing in movies.
That's sleep apnea. Oh, that meow meow?
Yeah, that's baby because I'm moving her. Oh, I know, I'm so mean.
But you wouldn't say, okay, like the Crying Game, 1992. Yes. I wouldn't go like, I want to dress as the whatever the fucking Crying Game. I didn't watch it.
Well,
I'm gonna dress as that person.
The thing is that
like no,
Dr. Frankenfurter is they're all such iconic characters.
Larger than life. Yeah, I think that's why.
Larger than life. Like you said, like I don't want to say like it's Superman or something like, but basically, yes, they're iconic characters to where you see them, somebody dressed as them, and you're like, oh, I know exactly what that's from.
Yeah.
You know, and you've dressed like somebody like from the Crying Game or even Brokeback Mountain, people are gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck you are. Like,
yeah, girl, like, are you the Marbler Man?
Cowboy dude. You know, like you wouldn't know because the outfits are not as iconic as something like Rocky Horror Picture Show. The costuming was amazing.
Absolutely. I love the costume. I love it all. Got it. Tattoo on me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, what are your plugs?
Boop.
Your plugs.
My little cat. But no, I have a plug. I actually do have a plug. So, and it goes back into
you forgot your fucking plug, haven't you?
No, I'm getting my phone out.
You're looking it up right now.
Calm down.
I can hear it because you're umming and ahhing. That means you're looking shit up.
SageUSA.org.
SageUSA.org.
SageUSA.org is a helpline. It's an advocacy and services for LGBTQ plus elders. Because, as we were saying, Richard O'Brien is now getting up there. Yeah,
getting up there. He's getting down there.
Is getting up there in age.
You can look so fucking much.
And unfortunately, a lot of our LGBTQ people are getting older. And unfortunately...
Fucking why is that unfortunately? Otherwise they die.
Well, because they're
they fucking get older.
They're twice as likely to be single and living alone. They're 4 times less likely to have children to help take care of them. So
by that statistic.
It's important that we take care of our community. Not just the young kids. Of course, absolutely the young kids.
Fuck those young kids.
But also, well, I already said that. I already said I don't like Embryo.
Fuck those
so that's
runaways.
Fine. No, you can absolutely help them. But also,
Rape's now our sponsor. God damn it.
Help the elderly. Also help the elderly. They have gone through so much, as we said before, in times where you could not come out, in times where your family would kick the crap out of you, kick you out, do all these things. It's still hard out there. It's still hard out there. Yes, but we are continuing to grow as a culture and as a community. So we need to take care of our elderly. We need to take care of our seniors.
Our seniors, so it's SageUSA.org.
USA.org.
USA. Not bad. You know what? I'm gonna tap that promo. I'm on top of that thing. I'm on top of it with Scream Therapy. Cassie Keat put out a movie called Scream Therapy. We're going to have a review on it coming up soon. We're going to have a What's Cracking come out with Cassie in a moment or two. And it's my next movie for Screamin Demons. I'll give you a hint. It's like a 4.5, by the way. Yeah, I'm just going to hand that out right now. But Cassie Keat, now, go for it.
Is that the Jewish one?
Nope, it is. What the hell? No. Oh, I know what you're talking about. No.
Yeah, you asked me to watch Jewish ones before. Anyway, go on.
Oh my God, Reid. No, this is a feminist horror comedy.
Oh,
feminist horror comedy. And matter of fact, a little spoiler alert. During the interview, I asked Cassie, is Mad Max Furiosa a feminist movie? And Cassie's like, oh, you mean Fury Road? I'm like, yeah, whatever, that fucking one. That fucking thing. Is that a feminist movie? And their answer is yes. But
yeah,
they give a good qualification. And their answer blew me away. I'm like, fuck, that's it. Because, Brannyk and I, we always fight about this.
Yes, we do.
I'm like, well, he has to give her his blood to win. And Cassie's like, well, yeah, he's also like a hood ornament for most of the fucking movie.
Yeah, he really is.
Like, feminism means equality. So she does a lot of stuff. He does some stuff. That's how we're trying to roll.
Yes.
So I'm like, fuck, that makes sense. So now, for the first time ever since, yesterday or 2 days, whenever the Cassie interview was, I see Mad Max Fury Road as a feminist movie.
It is.
Progress.
It is.
Progress, motherfuckers. That's progress. And that's
because
why
the story is all about Furiosa instead of Max, really.
No, I think there's actually a Furiosa movie coming out. But that is Scream Therapy, feminist horror comedy at its best. It's in the theaters. Go check it out. And with that being said, I do have a small secret plan for one of these days. I may have landed some connection with Tara Reid. And God damn it, I may have been able to almost arm twist in a small appearance.
Tara Reid's? I hope so.
Maybe. I'm still working out. But that's my fucking... I don't want to jinx it, but I'm jinxing a little bit by saying it now.
You are?
Sometime this year. As long as I hear a fucking cat.
I hear a cat.
Yeah, motherfucker.